I would say I'm more
Islam.
active in my private life than in my life.
Before Adriana Chechik would clock in a total of 7 AVN awards, including Female Performer of the Year in 2017, which is the creme de la creme of adult awards. Before Adriana Chechik would transition from the world of adult film to moonlighting as a popular Twitch streamer. Before Adriana Chechik would go viral for breaking her back at TwitchCon. Now, before we get into this video, I just want to send our prayers and our best wishes to Adriana as she goes through this very serious surgery. You can show your support via social media. You can send her a tweet or a DM. I'm sure she would very much appreciate all the support from her fans all over the world. This is a very serious ordeal. It could cost her career. But while she's still in the biz, well, let's see what we can dig up about her come-up story. And let me tell you, I found a lot. Adriana Chechik, well, she was born Desiree Christina Charleston on November 4th, 1991 in Downingtown, Pennsylvania. Now, she moved around a whole lot because she grew up in the foster care system. Now, she was told that she is of Russian, Serbian, and a little bit of English ancestry, but she says that there's no way to verify this to be true, so she's not absolutely sure. Now, we did what we could to try and find some childhood photos of Adriana, but those appear to have been scrubbed from the internet for God knows what reason. So anyway, we did find these photos of her with blonde hair, which actually makes her look like an entirely different person. Her Instagram account, it dates back to 2015, and even then there's no throwback photos that are really that surprising. So what is she hiding? We have no idea. Growing up in 13 different foster homes gave Adriana, well, a bit of a different upbringing than most. Now, speaking with Howard Starn, well, she revealed that there was one foster father who ended up becoming a daddy that she'll never forget. Now, Adriana was 6 years old when she was cared for by this particular dad, and the situation, well, it was as normal as can be. And from there, well, she bounced around to at least 9 other houses in the system. But she did remain fond feelings for those particular foster parents. Now, later on as an adult, well, she met up with her former father, who at this point had been divorced. Now, they had a nice dinner and things, well, all of a sudden they got flirty. Now, Adriana noticed that he was even touching her hair the same way he did when she was a little girl. Now, as Adriana put it, what girl wouldn't want to their father figure? They went back to his place, sat on his couch, and from there, things got physical. Now, she recalled him grabbing her and shouting, yeah, while he referred to himself as daddy more than once. Talk about a long-term investment, you know what I mean? Ugh, creepy, but still.
I knew it, see? I knew you weren't like those other girls. I knew that.
And for those of you who are wondering, yes, he also went in the back door. Now, I read somewhere that this man is actually the one who took her V card, but I can't confirm that. What we do know for sure is that she didn't lose her virginity until she was 18 years old, which for a woman in the adult industry, well, she's a bit of a late bloomer.
I feel like I still get text messages from people that are like, we always knew you were gonna do this, great job, which is crazy because I wasn't a slut until I was 18. So I was like, what do you mean you always knew I was going to do this? Like, I didn't even have a kiss until I was 17.
Sorry, Manuel. You are an absolute legend, a goat, but I'm going to need to cut you off real quick. Now, once she lost her virginity, well, Adriana, well, she was a total wild girl getting into trouble and doing all sorts of things that allowed her to know that she was, well, more sexually promiscuous than most of her peers. For example, in that sit down with Manuel, well, she talked about, getting laid on top of a car outside of a nightclub. Something for one that I'm guilty of myself, but Adriana, she's a young girl. She should know better, right? Now, during these years as a wild child, well, she had to pay the bills somehow. And at that point in time, she was actually working at Rite Aid.
My first job was working at Rite Aid as a cashier. And then I was so good at my job, and this is probably why I like to remodel and organize, because I used to do the makeup walls. So then they would ship me around all of the tri-state area just doing the makeup walls because it was that good.
Then following a friend's advice, well, she started working as a stripper at the Scarlet's Cabaret in Hollandale Beach, Florida. Now, one thing led to another, and one guy, he offered to film her in a scene. Now, she decided to give it a go, and well, we were able to dig up some of her oldest scenes that were filmed in the industry. Now, first, she watched other girls do their thing until she was comfortable, but she was shaking at first. She was nervous as hell, but once the director and the crew calmed her down and she got into the nitty-gritty, well, all of a sudden, she loved what she was doing and she felt at home. Now, we searched through the darkest internet archives on the web, and we actually found this video titled 2013 Pervs on Patrol, and in there you can see some of Adriana's early acting days. Not bad. Now over on her IMDb page, well, she has some credits from 2006, but well, that would have made her 15 years old at the time. So I'm gonna pretend that I never saw those. Perhaps it's a mix-up. I don't know. Let's just move on. Now, if you're wondering about her stage name, well, that's actually the last name of a guy called David Chechnik, who directed some horror movies. Now, it kind of grew on her, and she thought it would be a nice fit because, well, it's different and it's unusual. Now, she's being honest when she states that she took Adriana for her first name, all because A comes first in talent lists. So if you're looking to get into the biz and your name's Zendaya, you might want to rethink that because it takes a long time for them to get to Z or Z. And if you're following Adriana on Instagram, well, you'll notice that her name there is Brat Nasty. And well, I'll let her explain where that name came from.
So that name comes from an ex-boyfriend. He was kind of a dick, but he used to tell me I was bratty all the time. And I remember I got so tired of hearing it. And I was like, bro, I'm not a brat. I'm just nasty.
Now, Adriana entered the world of adult film in 2013, and she quickly became one of the most liked and talked about up-and-comers in the biz. Within just 2 years, she went on to smash the 2015 AVN Awards, winning Best Scene, and established herself as the Queen of the Will of God. Now, she also picked up an award for the most outrageous and best transsexual all in the same night.
This is the most haram video I've ever watched.
Now, she would clean up again at the 2017 AVN Awards for Female Performer of the Year amongst a long list of awards over the years. Now, at one point in time, well, Adriana, she was actually a biochemistry student at Drexel University, and well, she admits that she's always been kind of nerdy. Here she is on Twitch explaining a little bit more about that.
Drexel and other Ivy League schools are part of the problem why a lot of kids in America feel the pressure to get accepted into only 10 schools and don't understand that the value of education is the same no matter which school they go to.
Now, outside of work, you might be surprised to learn that Adriana is vegan. Looks like she takes a lot of meat to me, but anyway, and she's also a huge gamer. Now, here she is back in 2013 talking about her gaming interests.
Dude, I'm like a gamer. I like RPGs, so I'll be playing World of Warcraft.
Having been a gamer her entire life, well, this sparked her interest in starting a Twitch account where she could play online with her friends and fans, and she quickly amassed a massive online community with currently over 800,000 followers. Now, I've seen some videos from her Twitch account on YouTube go mega viral, including this one where she kind of trolled her audience that she wanted to get out of the biz. Now, if you want to check out her Twitch account, well, her latest upload, it's actually a vlog from TwitchCon just outside of the foam pit where she had her accident, but we're not at that part of the story just yet. Now, this recent accident, well, it isn't her first injury. She is incurred on set. Now, speaking with GQ, when asked what was her worst experience thus far, well, she stated, "The time I was injured during a shoot, I pushed myself so far and my body just gave out. I was so upset because I couldn't finish the shoot. For me, I hate leaving things unfinished. To this day, the scene is still not done." Now, having done the research on this video, well, Adriana, she was already hinting that she may be, entering her years of retirement, but this latest accident might just force her in that direction. So let's talk about the accident. Now, she was in attendance at TwitchCon, and it was her turn to battle with streamer Eddie Bot in the Gladiator games. Adriana quickly defeated Eddie Bot before jumping off her platform and into the foam pit, doing the splits before landing on her tailbone. Now, if you watch the video closely, you can actually hear the moderators saying some inappropriate stuff, but I'm sure they didn't know the severity of the accident. Following this, Adriana states, "I can't get up." Now, on Sunday, she released news to the world that she had in fact broke her back in 2 places, and she was gonna undergo surgery to put a rod in her back. So we actually looked up how tall Adriana is. She's like 1.37, and she has to put a meter-long rod into her body. So we're guessing that's gonna go anywhere from her head or her neck all the way down to her tailbone. Yikes. She's actually asking fans to send their support via Twitter. She also stated, "When it rains, it pours, and I'm definitely feeling the rain right now." Now, the girl's obviously going through a very tough time, and she continues to update her fans via social media. The following day, which is yesterday, she stated, "Last night was horrible. The pain I had felt like I'd rather die. This is gonna suck." So as mentioned, please send your love and your well wishes in the comments down below. Again, previous to all this, she had been flirting with the idea of quitting the industry and speaking openly about that idea on podcasts. Now, she stated that the day that she has to pretend is the day that she starts a new career. And if she's incapacitated, can't be as flexible and move around as much as she used to, Well, hey, I guess she'll be pretending, because if it hurts, where's the fun in it? You know what I mean? She was also interested in studying to become a dermatologist, so at least she has a backup plan. Who knows? Maybe she will recover fully and be back in the game, or maybe this is gonna alter her career forever. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Again, be sure to send your well wishes. I'll see you guys in another video. Boom!